Show.
Good evening, everybody. I am so excited to have you with me here on the show. Oh my goodness, it has been a beautiful day. We have very unique weather here in Atlanta. Usually it's 105 by now at this point in May. It's not. It's cool, it's breezy, and I'll tell you what we're going to have. We are going to have a cool and breezy, refreshing show tonight because I have the most beautiful woman with me on this show, and I'm so excited because I don't usually have too many women that are available for the show. So hopefully she opens a door for so many more. And she has a dynamic story. She is an actress, a producer, a filmmaker. She's all in one. She's a singer. She has a hit song that's topping the charts. It's climbing its way up there. It's just amazing. And without any further ado, I would love to welcome to the show Miss Cherie Laurent. How are you this evening? Oh, there she is. You are gorgeous. How are you doing this evening?
Thank you, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I would like to welcome all your beautiful audience. That's my first interview in the United States.
Oh my goodness, this is the first interview in the United States? I am honored. I have done so much research on you. It has been an absolute thrill to do all the research.
Very proud to be basically meeting the lovely of United States. Because I always loved American people, and thank you for watching the show.
Absolutely. So I would love to get into your production. We do seem to have a little bit of a delay, but let's keep going for just a moment. If the delay doesn't clear up, then possibly we'll disconnect and reconnect again. But for now, stay right where you are. Tell me a little bit about the production side of you as far as feature film. You have a documentary. You have oh my goodness, something I cannot wait to share, which is a short film that has multiple characters in there, but it's all you. And it's so beautifully done. So tell me a little bit about what drives your passion? Oh, we are having a delay. Okay, everybody, hold on just a moment. We are experiencing a little bit of a delay. Cherie, hold on just one moment. Let me try something real quick. Okay, let me restart her video and see if possibly that works. Cherie, are you with us? My goodness, we just tested for 30 minutes and it was so perfect. Cherie, would you mind reconnecting? I'm going to continue to talk about you and your work. Would you mind disconnect and reconnect with us? And I believe that will bring you into the feed so that we can see you, right? Not see you, we can hear you. Right now we can see you, but we can't hear you. Okay, we'll see you in just a moment. So Cherie has a wonderful channel on Vimeo, and we can go and take a look at that while we're waiting for Cherie to reconnect with us. I am going to share my screen, and we're going to take a look here at Vimeo. She is a very accomplished artist, and she will tell us more about her short film and her feature film and her documentary. Like, it just keeps going, and her music. Let's bring up, I have two of our pieces here that we're going to show tonight, but let me share her Vimeo channel. And that way you can take a look at it while we're waiting for Cherie. So here she is. So you can definitely find her show by Cherie TV on Vimeo. And I believe she is back with us. So let's check it out and see. She is almost back with us. The video is rendering. I hope everyone had a really wonderful day today. It is that busy season, right? It's that graduation season. I certainly have a couple of different kids that are graduating. So when you have multiples, it is like, whoo! Really kicks you in the pants. But Cherie, if you would like to follow her, she is available on Facebook as Cherie. That's CHERIE Laurent, LAURENT .73, or Ma Cherie TV Show. That's MACHERIE TVSHOW. And we can cruise around on there while we're waiting. Let's see. Let's pull up. Oh, my dashboard keeps popping back and forth, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss her. But this is Cherie Laurent. Look at the beautiful images that she has taken over the years. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Writer, producer, director. She is nominated for Best Director on one of her pieces. She is nominated for Best Performance on one of her pieces. She actually does something really interesting. If you go to Google and you Google in Ma Cherie or Cherie Laurent, she has taken, with green screen, she has taken movies that everybody has seen, and she plays the female lead role against all of these male A-list leads. And she does it with such precision. She has the over-the-shoulder camera. She has the profile. I mean, all the different angles that you could ever want. And it just looks like it's absolutely inserted into the film. So she's really a great editor as well, even though she doesn't have that here in her bio. But she is. And all the different looks. I love the chameleon types. I guess I kind of love that because I embrace it as well, to be able to totally take a different look and make it your own. And she's just so sexy. So we are waiting for Cherie to reconnect. This happens every once in a while. We are connecting with Australia. It is morning time for them there. And sometimes we have technical errors. Sometimes we have technical errors to where we need to reschedule, but we are not doing that just yet. We are waiting in the wings for Miss Cherie Laurent. We had her just a moment ago, but we couldn't quite hear her. And I want to do her absolute justice for coming onto the show. I want everybody to be able to hear every beautiful thing that comes from her lips, because she really is so powerful. And every time she speaks, she has a powerful statement to say. And I think that definitely comes from people who just wear their heart on their sleeve, and they've gone through a lot, a tremendous amount. And she certainly has, and I will not get ahead of her as far as telling her story, but she does have a storybook out there. If you Google the storybook, let's see, I see her here. Let me see if I can get her video to start. I can't quite get her video to start, but I know that she is still working on that with her manager, and they will have that fixed momentarily. But within her storybook, she tells the very powerful story of, how do I even say it, of where she comes from, what she's gone through, but the royalty that she comes from is magnanimous. So why don't we give a shout out to tonight's sponsor for just a moment? We have Viter Energy Mints, and I definitely had a little bit of my Viter Energy Mint tonight. I'll tell you what I've been doing. Since it's late for me in the evening when I start these interviews, I only have half of them because one is 40 milligrams of caffeine, which is half a cup of coffee. And I don't really need half a cup of coffee at 9 o'clock at night here because I stay up. Like I'm not usually a night owl, so then the next day I'm really, really dragging. But Viter Energy Mints, it boosts energy, freshens breath, it's 0 calories, B6, B12, folate, 40 milligrams of caffeine per mint. Like I said, half a cup of coffee. So go on over to goviter.com for Viter Energy Mints, or you can go to Amazon and have it delivered. You don't have to go out. You don't have to be around people because unfortunately we've gotten used to that. We like stuff just chucked at our front door. So Viter Energy Mint. All right. So let's see here, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the broadcast. Always remember to share, please like, please go subscribe on YouTube. I would definitely love to talk about how to find Cherie Laurent. Just Google this name right here, Cherie Laurent. Put it into your Googles or Ma Cherie TV, and you'll be able to find her episodes. You'll be able to find everything that she does. And I'm praying right now that this video comes through and we can see her and hear her so beautifully, because this content that we have pulled up is great. It is so great. Let me see if I can do one other thing to get her online with us, because we always have tricks up our sleeve, right? You always must be prepared. So I'm going to see if I can call her through Facebook. If for some reason this Be Live connection is not working, that is something we can do. So bear with me for just a moment while we are live and I find her here and give her a ring. Here she is. Let's see if maybe this will work. Cherie, hi. Oh, don't worry about that. Let me leave that. We were just trying some different things. Let's see here. I don't have your camera, but I have your audio. Ah, there you are. There you are. I do have your camera. I have your audio. Let me delete the other existence of you, bring you up here, bringing
my phone, actually.
Cherie Laurent. Ah, we could see you. We could hear you. How are you?
Thank God. That's from my phone. Maybe it's easier than all this technology. That's just a phone call.
Yes, no, we are live. You look fantastic. I was asking you about producing. When did you start acting, or did you start producing first?
I start acting since I was probably 10. I was chosen for a TV commercial, and that was very easy. And then I fell in love with films as a kid. My parents used to make jokes about I could tell any movie from the beginning to the start. When I used to watch a film, I immediately memorized all the characters, and then I played to my parent as a child. And so my parents started basically take it seriously, and they start taking me to acting schools and acting lessons, and that's how it started. But because the war situation, we were busy trying to survive and not to be killed. So this all faded until I basically ended in New Zealand. And there I start doing my acting schools, and then I end on a few TV series and billboards. And they said to me, you need to take it further. So I moved to Australia because Fox Studios opened in Australia. But the market was very small for an artist to express all her desires. So I started writing my own scripts and I started producing my own films. And that's how everything started. And one day I have a very lovely lady called me. She is the head of Channel 31 in Sydney. And she said, I've been coming to all your music performance and I love your work. Can you create a TV show? And I said, yes, of course, because I didn't want to let her down. And I hung the phone. I was thinking, oh my God, I committed myself to a TV show. And I called my cameraman. I said, she wants me to make a weekly TV show. And she said, Cherie, if anyone could do that, you will be doing it. And I never stopped since. And this was 2006. And here I am. I'm still going. Never stopped. And it becomes films, becomes TVs, becomes musical theater, become music. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So,
what part of it do you love the most? If you had to just pick one piece.
Oh my God. I love acting. I love acting, I guess. Acting is the first thing makes me alive.
You're a beautiful actress. We have someone here that is saying hello from Nashville. We have Ken Dodge saying hello from Nashville.
Hello.
We are here with Cherie Laurent of Cherie TV, which is on Vimeo. It is on Roku. There are so many different ways that you can follow Cherie TV. Also on YouTube, of course. So make sure that you Google that and check it out. Your feature film is called Free Me From You. Can you tell us a little bit about the feature?
That's a film that I written, cast, directed, found a location, shot it, edited, and released it to TV in 10 days.
10 days?
10 days was just the most crazy challenge. And I think it started by me waking up in the morning, listening to the news, and they said that in Australia, every week a woman gets murdered by her partner, either a boyfriend or a husband. Sometimes two women get killed by their partner. And having a platform for a TV show for years, I just thought, why do we always make the same mistakes? Why do we fall in love with the wrong person? And why don't we, exit when we feel there's so many red lights in the relationship? We just keep going. Yes. And they end murdering themselves. And it's all come back to psychology of lots of issues, basically. Most of it, low self-esteem. Most of it, we don't feel that we are basically worthy. And stuck in a relationship from the childhood because lots of women choose abusive partners because they've been in an abusive relationship in the past or a bad relationship with their parent. And whatever it is, it needs to be talked about and it needs to be put under the light for both ways. So I wrote this script because I am one of the women who've been in several relationships in the past when I was younger. And there was a lots of abuse, either mentally or physically, or financially. So I'm very happy now I'm single. But that made me think, why we keep making the same mistakes again, over and over and over. And mostly all my girlfriends have the same problem. So I wrote the script and I describe a true event in my life 14 or 15 years ago when I ended up committing suicide. And because I was in the wrong relationship, and thanks God I was saved. And now I look back at that moment of my life. Number one, I'm so grateful that the person who saved me, and it's just unbelievable how this person made me feel I'm worthless. And although I did have a TV show, I was getting nominated. Everything in my life in public eye was incredibly amazing. But he managed to make me feel -0 about myself because I love this person. And it ended to this level. And I explained my whole story in this film to show that sometimes we get into a relationship and we fall in love and we try to please the other person to the limit that we lose who we are. We lose our identity and our self-esteem of everything in life. And it becomes this person take control of who we are. And then that's what led to me trying to kill myself. And it's sad to see this happening over and over and over. I mean, just last week in the news in Melbourne, a woman got killed also by her partner. So I just wanted to tell my story, open the conversation, come on the front line, and don't feel shame about it and say, which I've done it in a few episodes because my show has a lots of women issues, including domestic violence and basically sexy slavery and my phone running out of charger.
Well, that's all right. I'll take a moment to read a comment that we have here from one of the viewers while you take a moment and plug in. And I'm just so excited. Guys, see, I told you. I am so excited that we have her where we can see her and hear her because she is so very dynamic. Ken Dodge writes in and says, I am so sorry that you went through so much, but you have come through it like a shining star and showing others that they can survive and come out stronger.
Thank you very much. And that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. If I wake up every day and I could help one person on this planet in any way, that makes a very good reason for my existence on this planet. And that's why I believe the reason why I do everything I do. Apart from I can't get my phone stay straight.
Well, that's okay. We have another viewer.
I just have to hold it.
We have another viewer out of Texas. His name is Hilton Moore. Says, another important subject on your show, Liz. Cherie is stunning. So they are loving you tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. So you are nominated for several awards. You have two different projects in particular. Your TV show, let's talk about that in just a moment, but I would love to go to your documentary. I have the documentary pulled up, and you were nominated for Best Director of this documentary.
About time.
Yes. Would you mind telling us a little bit about your documentary? What is the vision behind it? Because this documentary is very different from others that I've seen. There is no language to it, but it speaks so many words.
I always think music and vision, it's much more powerful than language because music is an international language, has no accent, has no word. It reaches immediately to your heart, your soul, and your brain. Sometimes could be translated different, but like anything in art. And this project was one of the hardest projects I have put myself through during the Corona lockdown. I was locked by myself in my bedroom apartment for 9 months. And I remember at that time, I've been asked lots of time to write my life story. And I even signed a deal with a big network in Australia to make a documentary about myself. And we started shooting for 2 days and they were following me everywhere. And then I heard a comment from the director to the cameraman that I did not like a way that he was shooting my body. And I just said, if you ask me personally to do that, I probably will do it. But because you are doing it behind my back, I don't trust your vision. And I canceled the whole contract. So during the Corona time, we all were desperate to find something to keep your mind occupied through all this hard, crazy time. So I started writing my own story, and I thought, if anybody going to tell my story, let me tell my story. And it has lots of values in terms of child molestation, like all the story that we hear about child molesting and the Catholic Church. That's one of the issues. And also more important about children that get stuck in the war zone. So most documentaries tell the story about government and war, but they don't really tell the true story from the person who lived everyday life, what their life was. And it was very painful to make it because it's entertainment for other people, but it's me digging through every skeleton in my closet and bring it back to life and live every moment and make it come to life. And a lot of time when I was going through the story, I get paralyzed and I get to depression and I cry because there's a lots of things I didn't want to remember and a lots of things I didn't know. I threw back, but then I thought if I bring it and I tell the story, that means I'm putting light and making people take advantage of my experience, and that will make it at least worth it. And that's what documentary is about.
All right, let's take a look. I have it pulled up and ready to go. So we are going to watch just a few moments of it. I think it's about a minute. So bear with us. Here we go.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Yeah.
I could see every ounce of that had meaning. The birds had meaning. The birth, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, as an artist, you don't really put things for no reason. Everything just touches something in a human psyche and human feeling. And that, as a creative artist, is your job. Try to reach to those parts of human soul. And I'm happy that people recognized it and make them think. Yeah.
Oh, yes. So everyone, you must go find it. It is episode Cherie TV. It is episode 10 of season 10. And it's just gorgeous. It is so beautifully done. And I only showed you a small piece where everything, it continues to go out into the depths of your life. And
it goes to 2 episodes, actually.
2 episodes.
Yeah, just keep going. Yeah.
Oh, well, congratulations on that nomination. That is well deserved as Best Director. You were also nominated for Best Performance. But before we get to Best Performance, may we talk about the TV show? How long have you been broadcasting your Ma Cherie TV show?
I started 2006, and I took the show to New Zealand, and also I took it to New York on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and different part of obviously Australia, all around Australia. So it's been a long journey, and it's just it's getting better and better and better because as the network, they said every season is different, and I said, if I tell you, a few months ago that something gonna call Corona will come out and we're gonna change our life completely, you'll say I must be crazy. But life changing, and the person I am today is completely different than the person I was 10 years ago. So we keep evolving, and the TV show keep evolving. And share one thing: it's art, and it's made by me. Apart from this, it just keep going to different type of life. So yeah.
Well, I would love to be able to show a clip. I have pulled up a clip from the TV show that I love. I found it to be so stunning. I was laid up the other week and I started binge watching everything you've ever made, which was a beautiful thing because I'm someone that does not sit down well, but I had a very simple outpatient procedure and I had to take it easy. And so I'm watching and I'm watching. I'm like, ooh, this is really great. Maybe I'll pull up this clip. Ooh, this is really great. Well, I fell upon something that I thought was absolutely fantastic and spotlights your show and the true essence of you. And this episode it's episode 11 of season 7, and it is on synthetic fur and just how good the synthetic fur has become and has gotten to where you'll explain it here in just a moment. If you don't mind, I'd love to be able to show it so people can kind of get a feel of what your show's about.
Yeah, of course.
All right, here we go.
Would you like to show it or explain first?
What would you like to do? I could do either.
Whatever you like. I'm easy.
Okay, let's go ahead and show it, and then we'll talk about it. I would love to know the process of gathering this footage and where you had to go to get it. So here we are. This is Cherie TV, and this is on Vimeo. Let's take a watch.
One of the things I noticed, because I was a female, my new collection is interested in obviously the synthetic leather and also the fur, the synthetic fur. I love fur and I wear a lots of fur, but I mostly love the synthetic fur. And in these days, this is synthetic fur that is so amazing that you could not even tell. And in China, they have all these new brand, and also in Italy, that you could not even tell. You have to keep open it and smelling it, and you're not sure if this is real or synthetic. That's how great the manufacturer is. And so I went to all the counter to get business card and information and make a deals for the new collection. And because I was a female, no one of them even talked to me. They completely ignored me and they refused even to give me samples. The English barrier was really hard because most of them, they did not speak any English, but that wasn't the case because there were some counters sell silk and sell a sequence, which is a big part also of my collection because I like over the top glamour kind of, that's my style.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit about how to gather that footage. Was that footage in Italy or China, or tell me a little bit?
Well, I've been a fashion icon for a long time, and I love fashion. I always say there is people who wear fashion, there's people who write about fashion, there's people who live fashion, and there's people who make fashion. I'm all of them. So fashion has been a big part of my life, and because I love animals too, and it was very hard to involve fashion with real fare because I don't like killing animals, and especially extinct animals, or it's going to be extinct. So I have to find mix between. So I went and I finished a fashion degree in RMIT University, which is one of the biggest universities in Australia. And part of the graduation project, they take us to China for 10 days and introduce us to all the factory, the exhibition, the leather expo, the fabric expo, and take us to the first factory in China producing silk, where Hermes and Versace and Gucci, they do actually produce their stuff there. And So this footage was in the China Leather Expo, where I got in touch with all this beautiful sample of synthetic feather that will give me a chance as a fashion designer to still follow my passion without killing poor lions and foxes and stuff like that. And I always say it's like now one of the things I make a joke about. I learned to make cooking and I love cooking, but to become a model and love food, those two love does not match together.
No.
So either you love food or you love fashion. So I have to adopt a third love in the middle, which is the gym. And so that will give me freedom to eat as much as I can, but still look beautiful in the clothes and still do modeling. But I have to spend so much hours on the treadmill after every meal. But so you always have to adapt new things to keep your passion. So I adapt synthetic leather and synthetic fur to keep my love to fashion without killing animals, because I love animals too. Yes. So that's what it all came about.
So how often does your TV show air?
My TV show goes, 2 nights in Melbourne, Victoria, and 2 nights in Adelaide. So let's say 4 nights a week. Also, it's on Roku TV called My Cherie TV show. Also on Fire TV, which is My Cherie TV show, if you look at it. And Vimeo. And so you could find anytime on YouTube, on Vimeo, but if you want to watch it on TV, anytime on Roku, anytime on Fire TV. And in Australia, 4 nights a week. So you get sick of me.
That is a lot of content. Do you ever find yourself maybe a little blocked as to what to do next, or do you always have ideas?
I think I always describe myself, I must be crazy or mad. Because everyone think, how do you do that? How do you do that? Like I finished association degree in fashion design and I got high distinction. And this is one of the most hard, nightmare university in Australia. And the fashion division is just so difficult. Like I have to create full collection during the lockdown in 1-bedroom apartment. At the same time, I have to produce 3 TV series at the same time. And I was writing new films and I'm writing music and I'm calling basically my recording studios, and sometimes I sneaked to the recording to record songs without someone knowing. And also my social media. So you end only like 2 hours to 3 hours sleep every day. But I love it. That's I know that they always say if you want to look beautiful, you have to have 8 hours sleep. I could not have 8 hours sleep. I have 4 hours maximum because my brain keeps going. I want to make this film. I want to make this film. I want to make this dress. And there's a new collection coming out. And I love it. I just love the whole craziness of it, I believe that we are here on this life for a very short time. Your production year is very limited. Like soon you could get to a certain age when your energy will go down and your thought and everything. You're not as productive as when you are in your 20s or 30s. So it's better to make the most of your creation. And I hope I will be able to keep creating. Mm-hmm. But that's what keeps me alive,
I do. It's a mad love, right? And it definitely fuels us to keep going. You have, and this is, I can't even contain it. I cannot wait to share this next project with the whole world. And I must say, once I learned the name of this short film after I watched it, and I thought, how perfect. So your short film is called Dancing on Thorns.
Yeah. And that's related to a book I published, which is called Dancing on Thorns, which is about my biography with RMIT University, where they have to follow me for 6 months. I signed this agreement with them, and I didn't realize what that was involved. And suddenly I have two photographers stuck into me like my shadow for 6 years, taking photos of me doing everything, which is really crazy. I have to, in the end, just ignore them. And when I look, they made like 7,000 photos of me. They invite me, and the biggest hard thing about it is no Photoshop is allowed. And when you grow up in media and social media, it's like you love your mom and dad, and then Photoshop. No photo without airbrush. Are you killing me? And they said, I'm sorry, no Photoshop. Is like, no. And then they have to basically publish without Photoshop. And I went to the opening night, and they have all the photos on the projectors, the size of like the wall. And being, who I am, it's like I'm the most critic person. I know it's a beautiful photo, but I was thinking I could see blemish underneath my nose here. I don't like this. If I know this project without Photoshop, I will cancel that. I was like, just get over it. Everyone says it's beautiful. I was like, no. So and then so I went back and I made this movie, which was really beautiful. Which is it's like the first introduction to a full TV series that I wrote, and I'm trying to find sponsors and production company which is bigger than me or Netflix to take it to a very long season, because I keep writing characters and characters and characters, and it's scary. When I start writing, it's all of them living in my brain, and they keep fighting, and I'm writing each one of them. It's like, what's going on? And I thought it would be more interesting because one of my favorite actresses is Kate Blanchett, and studying acting for most of my life, I believe actresses could do anything. Mm-hmm. So I thought, I want to play the mother, I want to play the son, I want to play the 5 different daughters, I want to play the 2 brothers, every character, to extend my horizon to all the things I learned about acting and try to adapt the character. So this was part 1, and there's plenty to come on the pipeline.
Well, without any further ado, this is Dancing on Thorns, the short film, and you play both characters, and just wow. Here it is, everybody.
Thank you.
Buckle up. You're going on a ride. This is something else.
Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? Hi, I need to talk to you. How are you? So good to see you. You look well. I'm so glad that you came. I need to talk to you. Of course, you can talk to me. Okay. So you're gonna go through with this? Yes, I am doing it. It's great, isn't it? We don't have to. This could be big, It's media, it's TV. This could be broadcast on all the channels. So you're gonna go through it? This could be big. It could be a movie or a film. I can't believe it's finally. You could be famous. I could be famous. It's all happening. I have a good publicist. He promised a lot, but you're gonna go there, talk in front of all these people. Your life, my sister's life, my mama's life, all of us. You just decided to go to media and talk about it. We don't have choice with that. I think I should. Do you know how hard it is to be your son? People at work saw you last time, walking on the street. They thought it was me in the drag. They were making fun of me. We look the same. We sound the same. They were making fun of me. Nobody at work knows that my father became a woman, that my father's a transgender. Do you know how hard this for me? It took me a long time to get my head around it. And I thought, well, if that's what you want, that's fine. But now, you're going through media, you're going on TV, you're going in every bloody magazine. Not everybody will understand that. People making fun of you. And I have to deal with that. I have to go through it every single day of my life. I've got nothing. Why? There's so many things going on with you. Just recently, I've got a name and I have a job and things start working out. I'm so happy that you made it. I met a girl and she's in love with me. It was so good. Finally, things happening to me. And then you go and get into this. Well, that's not what I think. I think I should do it. Don't you care about what people think? Don't you care about people making fun of you? Well, do you not think that's right? That's not my intention. You know that. People see me and see what they think of you and me. And now, with all this going on, it's gonna get worse than ever. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to hurt you or your sister. I'm begging you, stop. Don't do it. Stop. It's not making my life easy. It's not easy to have a dad transgender. People make fun of me at work. They think it's me. They think I could explain to people I know, but I don't know everybody. I can't explain to everyone that's my dad you saw wearing a dress on the street. I don't expect that my dad is a woman now. If I could live with it, they don't. And they just abuse me. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through this. This is gonna end up bad for you. It's gonna end up bad for me. It's gonna end up bad for all of us. I wanna do it. Don't you care about what people think? Don't you care about me? Don't you care about my sister? All of us? All you care about is yourself. You know, I used to hold you in my hand. I used to tell your mom that this kid is going to be the best kid ever, better than anyone we ever knew. And you grow up, good and wonderful. Watching you every day was a privilege. And when the time comes for you to be your own man and take on the world, you did. But something along the way, you changed. You stopped being yourself. You start allowing people to stick their finger in your face and tell you you're not good enough. And then when things start getting hard, you start looking for someone to blame, like a ghost or something. Let me tell you something, I'm sure you know. Life is not always sunshine and rainbow. Life is a mean, nasty place and will hit you in the guts and get you on your knees and keep you there if you let it. And not me, not you, nobody could hit you as hard as life did. But it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how you keep going. It's about how hard you get hit and you still keep going. If you believe that you should be something, or if you believe that you should be someone, go and do it. Become who you are. And don't point the finger on me or him or her and you say because of all of those people you couldn't be who you are. Because that's what cowards do. If you want to get something, go and get it. But you need to understand, you have to have what it takes to get this thing. And no matter what's happened, I'm always gonna love you. Because you're my son, you're my blood. You're everything for me, you're my life. And until you find yourself and be proud of who you are, I will have no life.
Wow. Wow. Congratulations on that. For the second time, it gave me chills.
Thank you. Until now, it gave me chills too.
Oh my goodness. So how long, because you edited that. Of course, there was directing, there's lighting, there's everything, although you are the only actress in it. How long did that take you to create that piece?
An afternoon.
An afternoon. Well, there you have it, world. I'm hanging up my cap because I mean,
I was
an afternoon.
That's only in one afternoon, and not only that, I was in a relationship at that time, and my ex came, and he was just really pissed off that I always work, and I opened the door, when I was dressed as the male character.
Yes.
And you could imagine how he freaked when I opened the doors, like, what the hell? And I said to him, well, I'm doing a movie. I just shot all the woman's part. Now I'm doing the male part. And I said, you need to sit there and be quiet until I finish. And obviously, as you could see, it's a very emotional piece because I was getting angry. And all that I could think of is who I'm acting to. Obviously, it's all green screen. There's nothing around me. And I have like a a head of a mannequin that I put, and I imagine that is the person I'm talking to, and it depends what is my vision. Is the mother going to be taller or shorter, or he's going to taller, so I have to adjust it to my eye line, and I'm going full on acting all this, and then when I turn and I see him, he was really not happy at the character. He was just saying to me, officially you lost it, don't you? Officially you lost it. You got mad. He said, I don't know who I'm dating now. How many of you there's inside? And I said, there's plenty coming. It's a very hard for someone who's not into this field to be a relationship with someone into this kind of creativity. Because I think average people think you're crazy. Like even the amount of time I change my looks, and I just go outside to a coffee shop to buy coffee and come back. And all the neighbors like, are you a magician or something? I didn't even know that's you. But that's the fun of acting, you know. Yes, so all this done in one afternoon.
Oh my. That shows the entire world the depth of your character creation, your strength, your acting ability, your directing ability, your production ability. You are just a one-stop shop. But it doesn't stop there, folks. She sings too.
I have to mention something. I went to New York and I had a meeting with one of the biggest networks, not mentioning their name. And I wanted to interview them because I wanted to launch the TV show in this big network. And I kept calling for 6 months and I never got an interview. And after 6 months, I thought, I was going to dinner and I thought, what, just try the number. It was 8 o'clock. And the head of the network picked up the phone himself because everyone left. And I managed to make him laugh. And I said, all that I want from you is 5 minutes. If I don't make you laugh in this 5 minutes, just kick me out, call security. And he said, you're funny. Okay, I will meet you, blah, 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 that day. So I went there, and then the interview lasted for 3 hours, and there were 10 people. He called, and he put the show on a big screen. There was the Forbidden Love series, which is available. It's all about men and women's sexual fantasy. And he was watching and he said, who is this character? And I said, that's me. And then, who is this character? I was like, me. Who is this character? It's me. And he said, who did your camera work? I said, it's me. Who did your editing? It's me. Who's the costume? It's me. Who did the lighting? It's me. He said, are you the most talented person we ever met? Are you the best con artist we ever met? There's millions of dollars on the screen. How could you afford all this? And I said to him, well, I'm actually very good with people and people like me and trust me. And it's called charm. And if people believe in your talent, they go far to help you. So he started laughing and I said, I used my charm. I didn't use my body. I just have to make it clear. It was my charm, not my body. Mm-hmm. And he just laughed and he said, okay. So obviously they didn't accept because he said, this is mostly M-rated and our station is quite conservative for your show. But later on they called me and they want me to be a TV presenter on another show. But I didn't accept the contract because I have to go back to Australia. Mm-hmm. But that's telling you some of the funny experiences that people overwhelm with all the thing I do. The only person who's not impressed is me.
Oh, well, sometimes we have to ease up on ourselves, especially, the talents that we possess within our own perfectionism is sometimes hidden underneath that perfectionism. And I can definitely see you as potentially being a perfectionist because you do so much of it. I don't know anybody that does all of it quite like you do, and in such a short time frame of turnaround that's just beyond amazing. And you are a singer as well. So I have Googled, I found you on iTunes, I found you through Amazon. I believe you're on all streaming platforms with your music. Is that correct?
Yeah, I am. My music is like my everything of my work. I love making rock. I love making music theater. I love making pop, or pop, as if I want to say it in American. And I used to have the gift of opera singing, falsetto, high, very high, minus F. And then, when you go out and people keep asking you to sing and you're shy, and then you sing and you hit those high notes, and you don't have any warm up, you damage your voice completely. And I completely damaged my voice, and I have to go to South Korea and have a surgery, and lost my voice for 2 years. I wasn't able to even say one word. And then the voice, after so many training and stuff, come back, and that's what I end up with. So I thought, okay, so it's a completely new genre of voice. And the new songs coming up, I worked for 10 years in my life paying for all this as a PR girl for nightclubs. So music is a big part of my life, and mixing with all people. So you will find there's so many different variety of my music on the internet, and it's getting better. And there's a new song, 2 new songs coming out on the pipeline, which is my gift to the world. One of them is called Dream Keep Us Alive. And I wrote this during the lockdown, because at that time, with the corona and everything going on, there's only one thing we needed. We needed hope, and we needed dream to keep us waking up in the morning. There was so much darkness around. So I wrote Dream Keep Us Alive, which will be released in 2 weeks. And I wrote Down on Me, which is it's about discrimination, and it's about equality. And that all came by the news with the Black movement, Black Lives Movement. And that was my song. But the one it's getting really popular now is Size Queen.
Yes.
And that's also, I wrote it in the lockdown. And because we are all swimming in depression and bad news, so I just wanted to write a funny song and make a music video. I just wanted people to laugh, to smile, to feel energized, be happy, just something positive. And as you may know, and we all know, looking at the media and Instagram and Facebook and all this, and all the people I'm surrounded with, we're never happy with what we've got. I want a bigger lips, I want a bigger boob, I want a bigger butt. It's just going crazy. It's like all my girlfriend going injection to get this Kim K butt. And it's like, you look perfect. Why do you want to have more lip, in fact, like a lip injection, or bigger cheekbones? And people start looking quite scary. And it's like I'm not mentioning some actresses, which was really high profile. They start looking frozen. It's like, I'm sad, I'm glad. Their face is not moving anymore. And it's all because it's just like more. It's like,
right.
How big is more? Your lips start walking to the venue 3 hours before you arrive. How more?
You are very funny.
It's true.
It is true. Well, I have some pulled up.
You can't sit in an Uber because your butt is so big. You have to call a trailer because the butt is so big. It's like, come on. And she just like saying, I want more. It's like, how big is big? So I start calling them Size Queen and making joke about it. And it's not only for women, it's like even for men. I want a bigger house. I want a bigger garden. I want a bigger swimming pool. I was like, how much big do you want?
Right.
So the song is Size Queen is making fun of our life, the dreams that we have. That people don't think I want to have a degree in anything. I just want to be on the cover of magazine. I want to be driven in a limousine. So it's all these dreams are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this just making fun of it.
I'm so glad that you gave us the backstory on the song. May I play a preview of the song?
Yes, and I think I look the best I ever looked on this song. I look really, that's my sexy look.
Oh yes, that is a very sexy look. Let's take a listen.
Stories, don't impress, I'm just a size queen. I'm after fame and fortune, I want to be seen on the cover of every magazine, driving around in a white limousine. I'm just a size queen. Size queen, that's so unseen. I know you want me, I know you are keen. So be just a baby, don't be mean. I'm just a size queen. I want to see myself on a big bright screen, wine and dining fine cuisine. I want to be it girl on the scene. Size queen. I want to be remembered as a beauty queen. I want to be an icon of style and glamour and sheen. Or maybe I could invent a sex machine. So, show me the
Oh my goodness. That is fabulous.
Did you play the video or you just had the song? I wasn't sure.
I had the video, the Vimeo page up so everybody could see what the album cover looked like. I didn't play the video, but the video is out there and the video is fantastic. So everybody just go ahead and Google Size Queen by Cherie Laurent and it comes up. It is everywhere. But that was the Vimeo page so everybody could see the spelling and see you. Oh my gosh, that is.
And the scary part is some guy said to me, this is my dream girl. And I said, if this is your dream girl, you need to call your, psychologist because you've got something wrong with you. There's something, you have a PTSD or something, something not right. If that's your dream girl.
Oh my goodness. So, okay, I think I'm already following the theme of how these answers are coming, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
The song, I'm sure you definitely wrote the song. I'm gathering that. You sang the song. What about the production? What about the music editing and everything musically? How did that come together?
Well, I do work with one of the best studio in Melbourne, and there is a lovely musician. His name is Peter B, like the buzzy bee. Mm-hmm. And I have a nickname for him, like I find for everyone. He's my Peter Pan. So I write the songs, and I don't read the music, but I use my vocal. And the beginning of the song was started with America with another musician called Dean Haltman, which is a very close friend to me. And we start making jokes about